don't ever risk losing your missing your flight. And we barely made it to the flight, right? I think it was a miracle, nothing short of a miracle. Okay, the food arrived. So we won't recommend this if you're. It took us more than 1 hour to get from the airport. So we made it to Beijing, China. This is our first time in China, and we are on our way to Paris. So me and my wife here. So we have a small 5-hour transit or layover in Beijing. So we thought of doing some travel in Beijing. So now we've done all the immigration work, all that, and now we are trying to figure out a way to the city, right? We have this like a airport shuttle to the exit, they say. So we're going to take the next one that comes. So yeah, we'll see what we can do in Beijing. I don't think that's going to be much because we only have 5 hours. Yeah, something around 5 hours. So stay tuned. And one more thing that happened was, so both of us are from Sri Lanka, right? So our names are huge, very long. So at the Chinese immigration, they were confused about our names.
Yeah, they didn't have enough space to put other names.
Yeah, they didn't have. So our names were too long for their systems. So there was quite the delay, especially with her. So we made it out eventually. Now we'll take the train, the shuttle to the exit, and then we'll take it from there. See you then. Okay, we made it out of customs and immigration. Now we are out. Now we need to get a subway. I think so. It's good that everything is in English as well. Subway. So this way is subway. So we are gonna get a subway.
Yeah.
Photo करना. Okay, we are going to buy subway tickets to Forbidden City. English. Downzoom. Downzoom. Number of tickets 2. Amount due 50 yuan. So I think we only withdrew 100 yuan. We need more money. Next. 100 euro note. Got the change and the tickets. Okay, let's go. On our way to Dongximen. Okay, we are at Dongximen station. Now we need to go to the Tiananmen Square, so we need to get off at need to wait for the station train. Right, we got off the train from that station. So one thing is that all the stations sound the same. So don't try to speak to them, the native Chinese people, because they won't understand. Right? So try to use Google or write it down. Google and show them the English or the Chinese script, they will understand. Alright, we are here at, I guess it's somewhere close to Tiananmen Square. You can see a lot of people using bikes. So a lot of people using bikes here. Alright, one more thing is that we forgot to wear face mask, because in Beijing we see most people are wearing face masks. I don't know whether it's because of the air pollution, as you can see, or I don't know whether it's because of any sickness or anything. So, and also people are like, they don't care, they just cough without using their hands or anything. So first things first, we need to grab something to eat, because the Air China flight served us breakfast like 2 hours before landing. So we landed at 5:30. So it's been a while. We are hungry.
So it looks like there are some shops on the other side of the road. So we'll have to use this underground pass to get to the other side. Let's go. Okay, one more thing. We can't go into the Tiananmen Square or the Forbidden City because you have to book them in advance. So there's a huge queue here. Anyway, there are some restaurants on the sideways. Let's try to check them out. Looks like a spice shop. This looks like a restaurant. Beijing pie. Right. We came to that Beijing pie restaurant and we are going through the menu. What's that?
Traditional beef pie.
Everything is just pie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they have soups or anything? Do they have soups or anything? We ordered this. 31. Actually, we are short of cash, so they don't accept any cards. So that's also an issue. After this, we will be withdrawing some cash. Look at that. The food arrived. Alright, we had that pie, beef pie. It was quite good, but it was a little bit oily, right? It's a bit oily, but it was tasty. The beef was very well marinated, and anyway, yeah, there's all McDonald's, so it's pretty clean. Streets are, I mean, really clean. So as I told you, we couldn't go into the Tiananmen Square because we didn't reserve beforehand. So we are just strolling through the streets of Beijing. There's a Temple of Heaven. Can you put? Yeah. There's something called Temple of Heaven close by. So we'll be going there. See you if I see anything interesting. So we made it to the Temple of Heaven Park. It was just like 2 stops, right? 2 stops from Tiananmen Square. It's already midday, so I don't think we have much time. What's the time? 10, sorry. It's already 10 o'clock in the morning. So we need to be at the airport at least by 11:30. There's something interesting happening. I don't know what it is. I'll show you. Maybe it's some sort of a religious ritual, I don't know. Where's the temple? Where's the temple? That's it. Okay, we'll go to the street and see. Okay, we go out and come from it. And one more interesting fact is Google is working in China. So I thought Google is not working, right?
It's working.
Google is
Map,
working.
Google Translate.
Google Maps is working. Also Google Translator is working. So we mainly communicate with people with using Google Translate because they don't understand a word of English. So we use Google Translate. They also use their translator app. And, yeah. And Facebook is not working, right? Facebook not working, huh? Facebook is also working, I think. I'll check it, but so we are at the gate. Then we need to buy tickets. There's a ticketing office behind us. We need to buy tickets. $15. Here's the $15. That or maybe 10 or 15. I don't know. Okay, they sold us the comprehensive 34 yuan ticket, so 68 yuan for both of us. Anyway, the ticket includes all the places like prayer altars and everything. So we just realized that it takes 1 hour to go to the station. The boarding of our next flight to Paris starts at 12:55. Need to be there at least 15 minutes early. So now it's 10:20. That means we need to leave at least 11 o'clock from here to give us some time, because we need to find the gate and terminal as well. To cross between two terminals, it takes like 20 minutes, right? So we don't have any time to waste. Quickly get some pics and get out of here. So it's a short stay in Beijing actually. We won't recommend this, just 5 hours, but we needed to do something, because without just staying at the airport doesn't make any sense. We spent like 11 hours in the flight. It was really uncomfortable. We needed to get out and get some fresh air, and also at the same time experience China as well. So that's why we came out of the airport and visited the city. So we won't recommend this if you want to explore China, explore Beijing better. So this is not the best way. Even here we don't have time to spend much, just in and out kind of operation. So yeah, so that's why. So, and also transportation is not that quick and fast as I expected, because it took us more than 1 hour to get from the airport to the city. And back in Sydney, it takes, I don't know, less than half an hour to get to the city from the airport. So anyway, that's how it is. So we are almost at the Temple of Heaven. There was a quite a bit of walk from our entrance to this temple. I don't know whether it's like 10 to 15-minute walk, and we're almost at the entrance. Entrance means entrance to the temple, to the park. Previously we entered through the park where we bought the tickets. Now it's entrance to the actual temple. So it's really beautiful. Finally made it. Loads of people here. So let's just walk towards the temple. We don't have much time. There are people in traditional costumes as well.
Good morning. So finally we made it to Paris last night, and I just wanted to give you an update on what happened in Beijing. So I think you saw all the videos that we went out to Beijing, and we went out to see a few locations like Tiananmen Square and the Temple of Heaven. But we had only around 7 hours, so we landed in Beijing around 5:30 a.m. But it took us about 2 hours to clear immigration and all that, and 7:30 we made it out, 7 a.m. ish. All right, and our next flight back to Paris, the connecting flight, was at around 1:20 p.m. So on paper we have around 7 hours, right? Sounds good, sounds great, but reality is not like that. The reality is you have time, you have to expect the unexpected, right? So I'll just give you a brief rundown on what happened. So we checked out of the airport, all good, all handy dandy, right? And we took the trains. We took the trains to different the I think the train station was called Consimen, from where we could change to the other line, connecting line, to Tiananmen Square. There's another stop called Tiananmen Square. So no, not Tiananmen Square, but some other name from another name. But when you get out of that, you just come out to Tiananmen Square. But of course, we couldn't go to Tiananmen Square. I think I explained in the video. We had to have prior reservations. So we took a couple of photos. We had something to eat in Tiananmen Square, and then we went to see this temple called Temple of Heaven, right? Because we needed to see some place, at least one landmark in Beijing before we go. So it was around 45-minute walk, but we took the train, and couple of stations later we got out of that station, Temple of Heaven station. There are a couple of train stations, but we got off at, I think, as I can remember, the northeast entrance gate station, and then there was a huge walk, like 15 to 30 minutes. I don't know. Walk. You had to go all around the park. It's not. So finally, we made it to the temple. We took some photos, and we realized that we are running out of time. Actually, right? So, and then we headed back, and then we barely made it. We barely made it to the flight. Right? Trust me. We barely made it to the line. Once we made to the airport, I think it was a miracle, nothing short of a miracle that we made it to Paris here. So, yeah, so my bottom line is don't go into Beijing and without any plans, all right? Especially don't take the trains and go to Beijing if you have less than 7 hours of transit time. So if you have prior booking, let's say Tiananmen Square, right, at a certain time, then you can make it. Definitely, we could have done Tiananmen Square, take a couple of photos, and gone back to the airport without any issues. But the thing is, once we were hurrying back to the airport, out of nowhere, we had a 100 yuan note, right? It was the ticketing machine was not accepting the note at one point. So we were literally running against the clock, right? And this every time we put in the note, it throws it back out, right? And then this guy, the train person, he gives us the option to pay by card, but our cards aren't working. So all sorts of things happen when you need it the most, when you're running out of time and you're in a real hurry. And now the other part is none of them speak English, so you have to always use translator apps, and then it was a nightmare, right? So that's my point. Don't ever risk missing your flight. And if it is just one place, I think it should be okay still, right? If it is it was just Tiananmen Square. Grab something to eat from there. We could have done a food tour if we wanted, because there are a lot of restaurants around Tiananmen Square. So we could have done a food vlog or something, and then watch the Tiananmen Square, because obviously we can't go in without a reservation. If we had a reservation, then of course yes, going to the Tiananmen Square. But still, I think it was a close call. Close call means it was a tight fit, but still, if it wasn't if it was open, if the Tiananmen Square was open, like if you could freely walk in, then it would have made sense. But because of all that time scheduling and all that, I think even Tiananmen Square wouldn't be an option for less than 7 hours transit time. So be careful if you are planning to transit through Beijing, and if you have less than 7 hours, be careful of your time. Don't miss out on the flight. And there's a surprise for you, because on our way back to Sydney, we have I think 11-hour transit in Sydney. So expect some fireworks, right? So we plan to see the Great Wall of China. So hopefully that works. Fingers crossed. And let's see what happens, right? So we're not going to take any risk on our way back. So our budget is also have to be considered. So let's see what happens. So until that time, take care, and I'll be continuing with the Europe tour from today onwards. Okay, see you.